Now let's talk about the coffee and cancer. So scientists have looked at how coffee affects the chances of getting cancer, and here is what they found. Drinking coffee might lower the risk of some cancers. For example, like liver cancer and a type of cancer in the womb. This is called endometrial cancer. So people who drink 3 or more cups of coffee a day seem to have a lower risk of these cancers. But when it comes to breast cancer, it's different. So for older women, coffee doesn't seem to make much of a difference, but for younger women and those with certain genes, drinking more coffee might lower their risk of getting cancer. So drinking coffee might be good for protecting against some cancers, but scientists still need to study more to be sure. Now let's talk about coffee and cardiac health. Studies long back, they have suggested that drinking coffee might increase the risk of heart diseases. But recent studies show it's more about how you brew your coffee. So boiled and unfiltered coffee, like what you might find in some traditional brewing methods, these contain certain compounds called diterpenes. So that can raise cholesterol levels. But filtered and instant coffee have much lower amounts of these compounds. Plus, the overall trend is moving away from boiled coffee, right? So which might be helping reduce the risk of heart diseases. So especially in women who drink coffee moderately. So however, not all studies agree. Some have found no link between coffee and heart diseases or heart disease risk, while others suggest there might be negative effects. So for example, one study found that men who drank a lot of weak American style coffee had double the risk of certain types of stroke. It's not just about the diterpenes. Caffeine itself might also have some negative effects on heart health. But here is where it gets interesting. Decaffeinated coffee seems to have different effects. Some studies suggest it might actually lower the risk of stroke. There is evidence that other compounds in coffee like chlorogenic acids could counteract the negative effects of caffeine and diterpenes on heart health. So the bottom line is, while there is still some debate, moderate coffee consumption is unlikely to harm your heart in the long run. Just remember to brew it wisely and enjoy your cup of joy in moderation. So let's talk about coffee and its effects on diabetes. Based on a big analysis of many studies, there seems to be a connection between drinking coffee regularly and a lower risk of type 2 diabetes. For example, in a study from the Netherlands, people who drank at least 7 cups of coffee a day had a 50% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who drank 2 cups or less. Right. So similar results were seen in a study of Swedish women who drank 3 cups of coffee a day. And 2 large studies in United States, one with men and one with women, found that those who drank at least 6 cups of coffee a day had a significant lower risk of type 2 diabetes compared to those who didn't drink coffee, right? So, and this protective effect was seen whether the coffee was caffeinated or decaffeinated. So another big analysis of many studies found that for every extra cup of coffee people drank each day, their risk of diabetes went down about 7%. However, not all studies agree again. So some have not found a clear link between coffee and diabetes at all. While coffee might have some benefits for preventing type 2 diabetes, we still need to learn more about how it works. It's a bit early to say that coffee can definitely prevent type 2 diabetes, but it's definitely an interesting area of research. Okay, now let's talk about the very interesting stuff, antioxidants. What about antioxidants in the coffee? So several studies have looked into how drinking coffee affects the antioxidant activity in our body. When people drank coffee instead of water, their plasma showed a significant increase in antioxidant power. So one thing, this doesn't mean that coffee can replace water. This also doesn't mean that coffee itself is packed with antioxidants. No, but rather that certain compounds in coffee might help boost our body's natural defense against damage, oxidative damage caused by harmful molecules. So for example, after drinking coffee daily for a couple of weeks, researchers found increased levels of glutathione, which is very important antioxidant. Similar results were seen after people drank 5 cups of coffee every day for a week. So another study found that drinking unfiltered coffee led to slight increase in the activity of an enzyme called GST, glutathione S transferase. This is also very important, potent antioxidant enzyme which stays in our body, which helps protect cells from oxidative damage. So, however, more research is still needed to fully understand how coffee affects our antioxidant systems and how it might impact our health in long run.